All right, welcome back. Brett here with ClickMill. Let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to get right back into writing this ad. Okay, now typically, and again, we're going through kind of a workflow procedure, but if I actually had a client site where we were going to be building this ad, I would look over that website and I would be looking at the types of services they offer. I would be working a lot of that into the advertisement. Okay, so we're just going to assume here that this is our URL for where we're not assuming this is a fake URL because this obviously goes to our website and we're not therapists. Now, what I'm going to do with the URLs, I'm going to come back over. I'm going to get that child therapist near me. Here's the URL. I talked to my design team. I said, hey, create me a landing page on this URL. And they said, sure thing. They confirmed it. And I'm going to go right here, boom, and make sure I don't have that double backslash in there. And there we go. Child therapist near me. Okay. Now, again, near me, if we're doing like, let's say Houston, Texas, or, wherever, then I would probably say Houston and near me. And this is just unique kind of to near me. Google knows their IP address. They know where near me means. And so they're just going to put the location in. So in this case, we're just going to target it this way. But if you have a real city with a real therapist, then put the city. If it's really the keyword is like Texas and people are looking for child therapist, Texas, then you're going to say Texas. If it's like child therapist online, then you're going to put online. But in case of near me, you're just going to put the targeted location. Anyway, so coming down here, this is the actual URL that the ad will redirect to. So we're done with that. So I'm going to close that so we know that's done. Now, this is the display path, the URL that's going to show on the ad. So you'll see here, this is looks like iPhone version, the phone version of the ad when it shows up in Google. So we're going to say child dash, I'll probably do dash. I don't want to put caps. Okay, good. I guess caps. There we go. THERAPIST. There we go. Child therapist. Now, if I have a specific location, probably what I'll do is I'll do the dash, and then we'll just say, near me. Let's just say it's child therapist Texas because all they do is online work and it's only in Texas. Now, that means I could run an ad group. This is not the ad group. I'd have to make other ones, but I could run ad groups for Houston, Austin, and then whatever all the other places in Texas are. So I could create ad groups for those specific locations and then run them into landing pages for that. But let's just say we're going for all of Texas. Okay, so you can see here, child therapist / Texas. Okay, so I could do that. And so, maybe we'll leave it that way. So moving on, heading 5 of 15. So you'll notice here, clickmail.co, let's just say again, that's the best. That's actually the child therapist firm name. Okay. So that's kind of the brand. Now, generally speaking, you can do this in a lot of ways, but generally speaking, you're going to have three main title-y sorts of ideas. Okay. You're going to have number one, the name of the business, number two, the service they're offering, and number three, calls to action. Okay. So sometimes you can fit those in the same thing. So I might say free consult, child there. Okay. Now notice we've got 30 characters down here. You want to use all of them if you can. Child therapist. Okay. So we've got 30 out of 30. So there we go. Now what's going to happen is this is called a dynamic. Excuse me. This is not a dynamic. This is a display ad. Okay. And now with a display ad, you have 16 titles here, or excuse me. Yeah, you can have up to 16, I believe. And these are going to, you'll see here on the actual ad, you've got two headlines that show up or three headlines that show up. But it's going to take from the 16 and just dynamically sort of switch them around to see what combination of them work best. And it's going to try to predict how to get, the right people clicking on the ad at the right time. So it's going to kind of optimize itself. So we want to go down. We want to make sure this is really full. We want to give this algorithm the ability to optimize itself and give it enough options to do that. So we have a free consult child therapist. We might say top child therapist. And then we've got 19 of 30 characters there. So I'm going to say Houston. Maybe it's in Houston. I guess we're going with Texas theme, which is kind of awkward because usually therapists are local, but we're going statewide, I guess. Texas. Okay. So now we got live courses. Okay. Top child therapist. How about best child therapist, Texas? Okay. And then 25 of 30 is pretty close. Now, what if we come down and now I need to say child therapists, right? We got to have the plural. And now look, we want to use the headings here, therapists, therapist. Okay, so we want to make sure we're using these. So how about child therapists? And then we'll say bar clickmill.co. Too long. So instead of a bar, I'll pull it back. I'll put a slash. Child therapist, clickmill.co. And then we might say, okay, so now maybe we'll move in because those are the only two keywords, but generally you're going to want to use the keywords. We can look at ideas for the keywords and you'll notice it's only giving us the two. If I got a whole bunch of keywords in here, it'll give me a lot more keywords. Now, one of the things you'll notice too, child therapist near me, and you'll notice there, now we've covered it. Okay, so we've actually used the keyword. Great. And you usually want to do that, have the exact match of the keyword in there. Again, in this case, probably should have picked a better example, but in this case, near me is Texas, if that's the state we're looking in, because they do digital therapy online statewide. So this is the keyword. Google's not going to pick that up here, but that's basically what's going to happen on the algorithm on the actual search engine. But we'll leave that there. Okay, so moving on then, get your free consultation. So we'll say consult today. Oh, and you cannot use exclamation points in here. Now, the next thing to be aware of, you probably noticed I'm writing in caps case here. I guess that's not all caps, it's uppercase. So first letter of every word is capitalized. This is going to draw attention in the search engine. It's really going to help grab the eye. Okay. This is standard practice for professional advertising. Okay. So I'm going to come through here and I'm going to fill all these out. Get your free consult today. I might say call today. And then I might do a call today bar clickamill.co. And then I might say, schedule SCHED, schedule child therapy now. And what I'm doing is I don't know which one of these is going to appeal to the audience most. So I'm giving the algorithm options so it can figure it out, because I don't know. I'm not a psychic. I can't read minds. You can't read minds. So we need the data to tell us what works. Okay. And that's what this ad's going to do. Like I'm imagining another way to say is like, get your kid help today. And, is that going to come across right? No, that's probably not going to come across right, but you could try it and maybe it works and maybe it doesn't. Anyway, so we're going to go down. We're going to add all the headlines we can. You'll see my ad strength's a little bit low right now, about medium. We've used the headlines to a degree. We've included popular keywords, which is both of the keywords. There would be more if we had more keywords. Make the headlines unique. Okay, so we're kind of halfway there, So we want to make sure we've got a variety. They're not all saying the same thing. Now, in this case, they're kind of saying similar things because they're two of the exact same keywords. And then make descriptions unique. Well, we've got some base level descriptions in here, but we really need to, come in here and fill this out. So we might say ClickMill is Texas, TXAS, apostrophe. Oh my gosh, apostrophe. Texas. I'm just going to assume that's how to say that, is Texas top rated child therapist agency, comma, serving families for, however. Oh, and these should all be capitalized as well. Okay, so serving, you can see I missed that there for a second. Serving families for XYZ years. Okay, and again, two of these you'll see right here down there, case by case, job reference. Okay, that's this right here. And so there you go. ClickMill is Texas top rated. Okay, so I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to add some more. And you'll start to get the idea here. 2 of these are going to come on the bottom of every ad. And so you'll notice, there we go. That's there are the 2 right there. Okay. And it switched out. Yeah. See, now they're switched in a different order. So there we go. Available. And then there's all the gibberish I just typed in. And then ClickMill is Texas. There we go to ClickMill is Texas. ClickMill is Texas came up first, and then this came second. Now it will switch those up and move all of these around. So you'll notice there, now we've got 5-day ministry, whatever, that's in there. So we want to give it lots of options. You want to fill this out entirely. We're going to skip this, but you'll kind of get the idea. Okay, so we're going to fill out the description. If you have business logos, put your business logos in there. Okay, now get access. I'd have to request access to this domain and then go in, get the logos, get all this stuff. Okay, now site links are links to different pages on the website. These really expand the size of the ad. When we looked up, I'm going to try to look it up right now, actually. What's that? See if I can get that ad again, because it was a great example. Okay, so it's not coming up, but the one that we saw had a bunch of links coming off the bottom. That is really professional advertising. These are called site links. So if we come in here, we can start adding site links to our Google Ads. Now we're going to do this later, but just so you know what it is it's the link. So it's say, contact us today, call now. And that is called a call out or a snippet. And the call out is going to allow them to click to call. So we can add all of these extras to the ad to improve it. But technically, this is the ad with the headers and descriptions. Now we'll get into those other things later. You can see here, you can go ahead and view the desktop view. You can remove the highlighted area when you get into those extra extensions to the ads that I'm just talking about. You're going to be able to highlight only certain parts of it so you can kind of see and isolate what that looks like so you can focus on it. But this is the computer version. This is the mobile version. So you can see what those look like. You can pause it so you can see that. And then you can preview and you can switch it over. And look, you just generate the ad over and over so you know what that looks like. You're looking for any errors, those types of things. Call today, clickmill.co, live weekly. Okay, I don't even know where that came from. But apparently that slipped in there. There it is right there. Anyway, okay, so there's an error in the ad. This isn't about child therapy. Let's fix it. Okay, and then we fix it. Child therapist near me, call today, clickmill.co, free consult, child therapist. Okay, that might sell something. That might get a click. All right. So in this video, we looked at building our ad. And then later, as we continue, we'll actually go into these sections individually. We'll look at site links. We'll look at callouts. We'll go over what all that is individually. Now let's see what Google's recommendations are. Let's see what we're going to learn from Google here. Improve your responsive search ads and get more clicks by improving your headlines and descriptions. Okay, so it's telling me to finish the headlines, finish the description. That makes sense. I'd agree with that. Add callouts. Okay, so here, adding these, and then lastly, add site links, which is what I said we would do later. So I would agree with these. These do increase the quality of the ad. And so again, take Google with a grain of salt. They do have good recommendations, and also they are definitely going to try to get in your pocket as well and get that wallet. So anyway, in this video, we talked about how to make ads. In the next video, we're going to continue with our account build. We'll see you there.